be alone tonight. If that drama's your companion, then maybe I'm alright. A song that you made from a real hard head. Since I'm no Johnny Depp, I'll be alone in my bed tonight. Sorry. No, I'm
Be resolute of heart, make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches, there's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside. Every man is destined for his hour.
On feeling goods where all of your cash went. Not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time's spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach in it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his worth is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams. Keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement. Move towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility. Avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, ain't it hard to figure out? Why? Oh, why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you. It's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life. No coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control. No coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
My life. It was a touching moment because I never thought this day would ever happen. I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage. You know, if I help him, he's gonna help me.
How do you give you a phone?
You sign up if you on food stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
Why are you here?
To get some money.
What kind of money?
Obama money.
Where's it coming from?
Obama.
And where did Obama get it?
I don't know, his stash. I don't know. I don't know where he got it from. But he giving it to us to help us. We love him. That's why we voted for him.
I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage.
Did Obama pay for your mortgage? And did he pay for your gas?
Absolutely not. Mortgage got worse and prices got higher. During that time, we needed a change, but a change for the better, not for the worse. He had a very big voice, just like the Wizard of Oz. The wizard with this little teeny tiny man. And I think it's the same thing with Obama, man behind the curtain. Not who we thought or expected him to be. I was Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. That's how I feel. I was Dorothy. I started getting a little bit more educated about politics and reading more. What I learned is never trust the wizard. It's within ourselves to have the determination, the courage, and the brains to bring us to our destiny.
If you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
Going into this night, where do we stand?
This is where we stood coming into the night, 268 to 204, so clearly an advantage for Secretary Clinton.
Take a look here. If Donald Trump wins tonight, no matter who they voted for, take a look at these numbers here. 21% say they'll be concerned. 37% say they'll be scared.
This is what both candidates want. They want to be living there starting January 20th of next year. Florida has been going back and forth. Just changed again. It's only 11,000 vote lead just now. It changed.
Math on your feet. I like this.
The Empire State Building in New York City. Take a look at our running tally of the electoral vote. Anderson, this night is turning out to be a real nail-biter.
All along, the Trump campaign has been saying that Florida's a must-win for them. And I mean,
they can't win without it.
Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
You know, I'm guessing that the people in Brooklyn, they're I can see their fingers
That's
probably.
The Hillary Clinton headquarters.
Yeah, fingers probably bleeding because there's no more nail to bite.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Wolf, the scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed. I have been looking around the room at people who are stone-faced. Some of them have been crying.
This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president.
This is the people rising up saying it's time to listen to us. It's time to listen to us in Michigan and Wisconsin and work for the people.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
Came outside to try to process all this.
Hillary will never take us to the promised land.
I mean,
come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
I can't even.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
I can't.
It's the fact that I say things that people agree with. Because I tell the truth.
I mean,
She was the worst Secretary of State in the history of our nation. Why would she be a good president?
I can't.
Come on, try getting it out.
I can't put it into words. I don't know what the words are.
The fake media tried to stop us from going to the White House, but I'm president and they're not.
It's a lot to process.
You get what you need.
You're listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the mainstream media with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. What's up, everybody? I've been on a break, on about a 2-week break, but I'm happy to be back. There's so much news to talk about, but I wanna just go over this little clip that I just played there, because at the end of it, that was Ben Rhodes. If you go to, I think it's the HBO special about Obama's final year, and you see these people and how they react to oh, by the way, happy 500th day in office, President Donald J. Trump, our president. I salute you. Anyway, so you see Ben Rhodes like somebody just ran over his dog, right? And he has a book out right now too that goes over how they felt when Trump won. And Obama asked, did we go too far? Were we too liberal? Were we too... Was I 20 years too soon? You know what? Maybe they just didn't get me. Oh no, we got you, Obama. And that's why President Trump was elected president of the United States. We got you fully well that you are what America didn't need. And if you heard the clip where the lady is saying, I don't have to worry about paying my gas. I don't have to worry about my mortgage. Because they sold this utopia as if self-responsibility was no longer an option for you, right? Somebody else was going to take care of you. Barack was going to take care of you. You were going to get an Obama phone. You were going to get... This lady thought she wasn't going to have to pay for her gas anymore. And you saw, she's like, they sold me the Wizard of Oz. They sold me the wizard. Big, scary voice, and it's a small little man behind it. You know, and it's 500 days into office, and the people still feel the same. And they don't get it. This was as much a rejection of President Obama's policies as it was of Hillary Clinton. You have to go back. People go back. His approval rating was above 50%. He was close to 58% or something like that. And for the life of me, and I know, you know, me better than anyone knows that most people don't do their own research. Like Joe Ugly, he listens to Rachel Maddow at 10 o'clock, and then he regurgitates everything that Mad Rachel says, you know? You know, or Lawrence O'Donnell. A lot of people listen to these nut jobs, you know, who literally will only give you their side of the story. At least I try to give you both sides of the stories, and I'll say when I don't agree with Donald Trump. But I don't have to agree with everything he does or says in order to support him, support his policy, support the judges he's putting in, support the economy, support our military getting stronger, support more money going to the veterans. Those aren't things that you have to actually frown upon because you don't like Trump. And that's what's been happening with the Democrats. But, you know, love that clip from Ben Rhodes. Sad man crying, you know, because they really thought Hillary would win. You know, even within his own party, they know that he knew about the Russian meddling and everything. And he did nothing about it because he was overconfident. He thought Hillary would win, you know. I mean, I blame the media themselves. They're the right hand, a political arm of the Democrats, and they sold fool's gold to their party, the party the mainstream media represents. They were out there saying how Trump could not lose. I mean, could not win this thing. It was impossible for Trump to win. Hillary was up by 5 to 10 points in some polls. You know, 538, the website. It was a statistical impossibility of Trump winning until election night. And the people took the country back. You know, and it's interesting, you know, it's interesting because they've been interviewing Bill Clinton this weekend. And Bill Clinton is still an interesting person, right? Because he still tries to be, you know, that slick Bill Clinton where he tells you the truth, but he tries to comfort that portion of the truth that he just told you. You know, he tries to lessen the blow on you. So this weekend he tells, they actually asked him if he thought that Obama got treated differently by the media, which is lie number one by most of the people who were Barack Hussein Obama supporters. That's lie number one. They all act like Barack was treated horrible in the news, that people put him through. He had the worst time as president because he was black. Bull. And Bill Clinton actually proves that, or says the same thing this week. He actually says the reason they treated Obama so well, he said they treated him differently. They treated him with kid gloves. They didn't do anything. They tried not to harm Obama. And the reason for that was because he was black. Because he was the first black president. Okay? So it was almost like an affirmative action media going about their business, and they didn't want to harm or touch the first black president. But, you know, thank you, Bill Clinton, for saying the truth, even though they're going to think he's racist over it, right? But thank you, Bill Clinton. All right, let's throw some music on here. I'll be right back. You're listening to Breaking News. I'm back with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHHLP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Cold soul, you can blame it on the streets. Hard as concrete, all I see is blood stained white sheets. Say they somebody dying, is bringing heat like the iron, and you ain't got that beef, still clapping fucking for iron. All I hear is sirens. Pray I ain't taking another loss. Life came with a course, and we all pay it. Names engraved, claim the graves that we laying. They gon' tell you they love you, won't tell you when they was hating. And them saying that's gon' fake it until they make it. The rest of us out here gon' get it, cause we gon' take it. Don't tell me what you got, tell me how you got it. That ain't the life you live, so how you figure you bought it. I'ma be real till I die. You say the same and I doubt it. You let the hype gas you up. I'm hot regardless without it. Never been the type to brag, but I got this in the bag. And I'm trying, boy, to fuck out for it. This shit never had. Give my dad a bigger crib, mama better way to live. My sister's the comfortability of not needing these niggas. Build me a house up on the mountain and some issues. Make it see through just to walk around but naked in that bitch. I deserve it. All the time I put in, hustling and grinding for ends, can't tell me I don't deserve it. All the time I put in, hustling and grinding for ends, can't tell me I don't deserve it. For every time I fought tears, feeling alone all these years, fighting and facing my fears, can't tell me I don't deserve it. For all the time I fought tears, feeling alone all these years, fighting and facing my fears, can't tell me I don't deserve it. For every night I stayed up with a pain in my gut, cold wind in my strut, don't know where I'm going, but I'm going and I ain't looking back. Could only blame myself, thinking only if I could've took it back. I've been stupid, I've been foolish, but I'm growing, show improvement. If I got something to prove, then I'm proving it to myself. Then no matter how hard it get, I'ma play the cards that I dealt. Go hard for what I felt, but I'm feeling like killing everything in my path. Don't nothing last too long, even the pain stay strong till I'm under the grave and gone. Gotta get right for every time I did wrong. For every night I sat up like the cuff descended all. Got up from A4, standing tall, never gave up. Leave it to them to try to make it seem like they made us, cause they be showing love to disguise the fact that they hate us. Been in the game too long, nerve of them to try to play us. MVP most valid position, I'm comfortable wherever they couldn't fit in. You could have all the riches and be dead broke and need a fixin'. Tell me what's your intentions, why they try to change sneakers, I'm trying to change the conditions. I deserve it. All the time I put in, hustling and grinding for ends, can't tell me I don't deserve it. All the time I put in, hustling and grinding for ends, can't tell me I don't deserve it. For every time I fought tears, feeling alone all these years, fighting and facing my fears, can't tell me I don't deserve it. For all the time I fought tears, feeling alone all these years, fighting and facing my fears, can't tell me I don't deserve it. I deserve it. Can't tell me I don't deserve it.
Alright, you listening to Breaking News, absolutely breaking the mainstream media in half with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave. You know, and that's the difference. 500 days in office, which people thought he wouldn't get to, right? Because all this impeachment talk and people trying to bring him down. But President Donald Trump is there. And he's flourishing. He's flourishing. He's doing what the last president couldn't. The last two presidents couldn't. Right? And he's doing it his way. Right? Everybody's like, what does he know about being a president? What does he know about politics? Oh, he doesn't act like a president. He doesn't. Well, I've said this over and over. Acting presidential is however the current president wants to act. That's presidential. I didn't think Obama acted presidential when he went and he would bow to other leaders, you know, and apologize to the rest of the world. I didn't think that was presidential. But it was because Barack Obama was president. So Trump does act presidential. Guess what? He's president. And it's a big difference, right? Obama saying, for all the business owners, you didn't build that. Somebody else did it for you. You know, and breeding this sense of, he wanted the poor people to feel, not have self-respect for themselves, not have this feeling of responsibility for themselves, always having, you know, from the cradle to the grave care that he wanted to give everybody. You know, that's not America. In America, you earn everything you get. You know, so it's a big difference. The philosophy is totally different. Trump is like, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go work. Go make your life better. And I'm going to give you the environment so that you can flourish. Right? Obama was the opposite, right? Lay down. If you're tired, lay down. If you're hurt, you know, sit down and somebody will take care of you. You know, that's a totally different philosophy. Oh, you're too tired to go to work? Oh, you're feeling depressed? Oh, you're feeling... It was an excuse for everything, an excuse to be in the care of somebody else all the time. You know, and then, so he would breed that irresponsibility in people. Don't worry, you're not responsible for yourself. The government's responsible for you. And then he would turn around and smack the business owners in their face by saying, you didn't build this. You didn't sacrifice your money. You didn't sacrifice your time. You didn't go through days where you couldn't afford to pay your workers. You didn't go through days where you couldn't afford to pay the rent for your business. You didn't go through all those hard times by yourself. That's the problem. So he would belittle the business owners, the ones that carry this nation on his back because they pay most of the taxes in America. They create all the jobs in America, especially small business owners that he drove out of business. Because you didn't do that by yourself. Look, business owners hire employees. Of course you need employees, right? But the employee doesn't take any of the sacrifice, any of the risk financially. The employee doesn't have to work those 18-hour days, you know, and not get paid for it because you're worried. You're making no money for the first few years because you're paying employees and not getting anything in return until you're able to make your business flourish. And then when your business is flourishing, you have government coming with their hands out, asking you for money, telling you your employee deserves more because you sacrifice so much. That's the problem these days. It's like it's all ass backwards. The Democrats feel that somebody has to take care of you all the time instead of telling you, come on, let me show you how to work. Let me show you how to succeed. This way you don't have to be taken care of and you'll be able to help someone else along the line. Because of course conservatives believe that you get helping hands here and there throughout your life. But those helping hands are hands up, not hands out. And that's the difference between a conservative and a liberal. A liberal wants a hand out and a conservative wants a hand up. Help me out so I can help myself. Totally different. Let's get to one of the articles. Now, this one, I don't have to break this article, right? Because the New York Times actually wrote some truth. And I know it hurt them. It hurt them bad. It hurt them real bad. But the New York Times writes, we ran out of words to describe how good the job numbers are. The economy is in a sweet spot with steady growth, broad improvements in the labor market. The real question in analyzing the May job numbers released Friday is whether there are enough synonyms for good in an online thesaurus to describe them adequately. Right? So, the economy is doing so good. Which is funny because I just had this conversation as Cannabis Corner left the studio. What has your president done? I said, have you seen the job market? Have you seen 3.8 unemployment? That's full employment. That's considered to be full employment because there are more jobs available than people seeking work. Do you understand that? More blacks entered the job market in the last 2 months than ever. And by the way, they got jobs when they entered the job market. I don't know what's happening. But it's happening. We have record low unemployment for blacks, record low unemployment for Hispanics, record low unemployment for women. Those are real numbers, real statistics. Right? And you don't got to believe me. You can believe liberal New York Times here. You know, for example, splendid and excellent fit the bill. Those are the kinds of terms that are appropriate for the United States economy. It added 223,000 jobs this past month, despite being 9 years into an expansion, and when the unemployment rate falls to 3.8 at a new 18-year low. You know, so look, I just gotta say that you living with your head in the dirt and not willing to accept what's happening, 3.8% unemployment, more minorities, people of color working. It's just insane. When you look at it, Asian unemployment is like at 2%. You know, white unemployment, I'll look at those numbers later, but now the gap between black and white unemployment has shrunken. It's at the lowest. It's the smallest gap that there has been in history. Oh, yeah. But Obama did it. That's what I heard this morning from some people. I won't say their names because they get upset. Obama. We're 500 days in. A year and a half in. And Obama did it. So a year and a half into Obama's presidency, when TARP finally took effect, because TARP, which actually saved the economy, when they signed TARP, that was actually done during George Bush's administration. Obama does nothing, right? He signs a stimulus package that goes nowhere. Even he laughed at the shovel-ready jobs that he supposedly was supposed to have. And no infrastructure got taken care of. So Obama spends $1 trillion and it goes to his friends, Solyndra, and all of those people. But Trump actually has changed more policies than any president before him. He has reversed he's in the process of reversing almost everything Obama did, not just Obama, what the Bushes did. All the regulations that actually hurt business are going away. That's why these jobs are getting created. He's a businessman taking care of businesses. He knows how businesses grow, and he's infusing the economy with that knowledge. That's why we're at full employment right now. Unemployment at 3.8, right? Which tells you that raises are going to start rising. They already started rising. They're at 2.7% in the past year, going up. They're going to start rising because employers are going to start competing for employees. When there are more jobs than people looking for jobs, employers want to keep their good employees. They want to keep those employees, and they will pay them more. Of course, you got to make yourself valuable, right? But the New York Times, which I'm sure whoever wrote this article is still in pain and having to admit that Trump is doing well. We'll come back and I'll speak more about the great economy. The great economy that has happened under Trump. You're listening to Breaking News.
Wait. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Bring all of my the fact. Papa Zan on the back. Can switch and get the Mac. If he double hit him back. I don't got no time for the fake. Really rats. They ain't gonna line on your back and get you 100 and flat. Wait. Give me a sec while I serve my lick. I'm really out here trapping my and I just bought a brick. All the hood love me. All the real. Cause they know I get to it, really get to it. I show how to pull it. Wait. Meet me on Edgewood, I beat it in 3. Wait. You gonna love it, my it's fresh at the gate. And we don't sleep, we just close our eyes. Cause mama said that was outside, ain't your boy. Wait. I got a count of the cake. I was out all night trapping, I had to get in the shake. She want me to wait. I got a count of the cake. I was getting to it, really getting to it. I got a lot on my plate. She want me to wait. I got a count of the cake. She want me to wait. I got a count of the cake. I played it back with the killers. Baby choppers and gorillas. We don't put them or my is finished. Yeah, I go praise the Lord. That's what the kids is for. And a couple bad with some bad crazy. Wait, have a big doubt. When I'm running, creeping through the fog. 40 on me like a Mike Hayes for the Raiders and 70 dogs. Please don't trip. Please don't slip. On the wrong one to get it up on some I don't give a. Wait. Let me go talk to the squad. We don't start trouble when it's on my letting it up. Wait, you keep it 100, my to keep it a stack. I'm where the killers is at. Wait, I'm where the dealers is at. Wait, I got a count of the cake. I was out all night trapping. I had to get in the shake. She want me to wait. I got a count of the cake. I was getting to it.
All right. My time goes fast. You listen to Breaking News on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio. Let's see. We have BET founder. The BET founder, what's his name? Oh, we'll get to it right now. Robert Johnson. BET founder Robert Johnson. Trump's economy is bringing black workers back into the labor force. Right? So, that was not the video. So, Trump's economy is bringing blacks back into the labor force, which is what I said, which is what the New York Times is saying. Actually, more blacks came back into the workforce. That means people who weren't looking for jobs are coming back into the workforce. People sitting on the sidelines who decided under Obama, because Obama told them, these jobs ain't coming back. Obama told them that. If you think these jobs are coming back, these jobs ain't coming back. And now we're having a manufacturing boom all over again. More manufacturing jobs are being added all over the country. But, let's listen to the BET founder, Robert Johnson.
Have to take encouragement from what's happening in the labor force and the job market. When you look at African American unemployment, in over 50 years since the Bureau of Labor Statistics has been keeping the numbers, you've never had two things: African American unemployment this low, and the spread between unemployment among whites and African Americans narrowing. That absolutely means that the job market is soliciting employees who have been out of the labor force, some of it just based on discrimination, some of it based on changes in education access and technology changing. And so when you look at that, you got to say something is going right. And even if you take into account the trade problem, which is the thing I read, I was talking to Andrew about this is.
All right. So, and this is it. That's interesting what he said, right? So, they're soliciting, they're outreaching to African Americans who were on the sidelines because of many things, because of racial discrimination, because of they weren't qualified for certain jobs, and the jobs they were qualified for, they just weren't being created, like Obama said. Those jobs ain't coming back. But under Trump, he's reaching out to all of those groups. You've been discriminated against? No, come back. Come back into the workforce. We want your skills, your hard labor, no matter what color you are. And jobs are being created for all people, for all qualifications of people, right? So those people who are sitting on the sidelines because they only have a high school diploma, more jobs are being created for them. And the millennials should be doing backflips. They should be ecstatic because under the Obama administration, they were graduating and getting to go home to their parents' house. Millennials are now graduating and they're getting jobs. That wasn't happening under the Obama administration. So millennials should be doing backflips, unless those millennials want cradle to the grave care, and they want Bernie Sanders to cradle them and rock them until they go to sleep. And when they wake up, it'll be Venezuela. But, so that's pretty interesting, right? On the BET. All right. Let me mention this because it's news. The Supreme Court has made their decision on, what is it? The bakery, the cake. Say that 5 times fast, sorry. So they made the decision on the side of the bakery cake owner, the bakery owner, that he doesn't have to bake the cake for the gay couple if it was against his religion, right? Which, I know people are going to see it different ways. They're going to see it different ways. They're going to see it as discrimination or bigotry, right? So let me just offer my little opinion, my 2 cents here, right? If, for religious purposes, you don't believe in something, why? What right does somebody have to take away your freedoms? You know, I'm okay with gay marriage and everything. Not my problem. I don't care. Like I said, you could, as long as it's not hurting anyone, you could go do whatever you want with whoever you want. Not my problem. But if I were a religious person and you came to me wanting me to sacrifice what I believe in just to make you feel good, when there are plenty of other people who could service you in that area. So if I'm not going to take care of your wedding because I don't believe in gay marriage, hypothetical people, then go to some business that will take care of you. It's that simple. It's not about race or anything. This is not about that. It's about respecting the religious rights of people. You know, it's incredible to me that one side always wants to be respected at the expense of the other side. No, how about we just let people live freely? Which means for you, if you believe in gay marriage, go and support gay marriage. But if a religious person doesn't believe in gay marriage, let them freely live. Let them live freely. Why do you have to pull them into your life? So that you can make them miserable? Why fight? Why fight for something you have the freedom to do with someone else? Why fight to make that person go through it? It's not your right to make me believe anything. Just like no one could make me believe in whatever religion they want me to believe. It's my right not to believe in a religion, but it's their right to believe. Let people be free to believe whatever they want. It doesn't always have to be all about you. But, you know, that's my 2 cents. Do with that what you will. If I've offended you, not my problem. You listening to Breaking News with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH, LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
New Kings, First Revelation, 365 South. Cry.
84.
New money, I'm trying to build with you. Don't get introduced to the steal. This is loyalty over everything. Cross one of mine, sucker, feel that Beretta bang. We could do this bitch for the bragging rights. To the killers against the skrilla, got niggas mad, I'm nice. Old cheddar slick, get your bitch and pop the clutch, pull off smooth coupe with the missing top. Party like a rock star, every day I'm a dancing light. Hand in ice, trample these and then I'ma blame it twice. Super C perception will blow him up if your man is nice. I knock him down, swinging and hammer that Thor fly around. Got the harder pocket, my swagger compared to Jigger. Heavenly flow notorious, can't you see that I'm bigger? We don't measure up, it's bigger than music. Against the shell shock, spin the block in the alley. He Ricky, I let a shell pop. Been his way since the jail blocks, the boy so dope. Once you inject me in your system, bet you not off, bro. I got the city going crazy, yeah, your boy going pro. See, I double A the South, put on a hell of a show. Can't describe the feeling once you grip the wheel on the Porsche. The money got me seeing triple, so I'm spitting with force. I be somewhere out on the island sipping pina coladas. When we get the call that they rock your soprano and we monsters.
Shotty guns ain't really ready to get it poppin'. Run up, get your whole shit rockin'. You screaming, please stop it. I'm an animal, orangutan with the choppers. You're dealing with real niggas, ain't we real. I'ma put you in the trunk, ain't nothing all taped up. Put you in the ditch, you and your bitch all blazed up. I ain't never been so you're gushy, never mushy. Fuck around, you come on missing. Cash it into you push me.
You ain't never let it off. Trips out to Vegas just to bet it all. Know some live just give that'll set it off. 84, I ain't talking Vivica. Team full of shooters that'll spit at you. School of hard knocks, thug literature. These niggas is telling, writing statements. I seen the signature. Back is empty, the clinic funny, cause now I'm sick of her. Think I need a flu shot. Used to have my work inside my tube sock. Bandana tie like I'm Tupac. Jitter said I got it now, the town too hot. Just to ride around, rhymes in my head, I had to jot them down. Cops watching, digging, taking them all plotting, but the block booming. Fiends itching, they still clocking what? New money, I'm trying to build with you. Don't get introduced to the steel. This is loyalty over everything. Cross one of mine, I sucker feel that Beretta bang. We could do this shit for the bragging rights. To the killer, to the thriller, guys getting mad, I'm nice. Old cheddar slick, get your engine pop, pop the clutch, pull off, smooth coupe with the missing top.
All right, I found another New York Times article. I'm sure, like I said, it's like pulling teeth to let these articles out for the public to see what a good job, our president is doing. President Donald J. Trump. Remember? Paul Krugman, the economist that won a Nobel Prize for the economy. He said the economy would tank under Trump. That he would tank. You tell me, the liberals gave that guy an award. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, new milestones in the job report signal a bustling economy. The American economy roared into overdrive last month. The Labor Department reported Friday, extending the longest streak of job growth. All right, let's keep going. Anyway, so it's just incredible, right? So the rate it's growing at right now, and it's going to be, the GDP is going to be over 3%. Some people are saying 4%. That'll be incredible because the Obama administration told us that 2% is the new norm, and he was having difficulty reaching that. But it's incredible. The economy is incredible, right? And then I'm looking at, this pictures of people protesting Trump, saying jobs, not jail, and all of that stuff. That's what he's giving you. Now he's giving the communities that he said, what do you have to lose if you vote for me? The Democrats have failed you for years. They kept you in the ghettos. They showed you no growth. And now he's showing you a different way that you are able to pull yourself up. I know Joe Ugly likes to say, I hate that saying, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. What if you don't have bootstraps? Well, then you get yourself some bootstraps and you pull yourself up. Either way, you're working to get your bootstraps, your boots, but you work your way out of there. What if you don't have bootstraps? Stop being so weak. Stop looking at the people as weak. I have faith in Americans, and I don't care what color you are. If you show the American spirit, the American drive, you can do. You don't have to sit down and wait for someone else to do for you. You can do. But, all right, I think I'm coming to the end. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. You've been listening to Breaking News. Absolutely breaking the mainstream media in half. I don't have any more time to go into another story, but hopefully I'll be here Friday. Drive by headlines. I'm not sure if Joe is going to be in town. Either way, I'll probably do it by myself. Stay tuned. I know I normally have a show Wednesdays at noon. I won't be having the show for the summer because I gave that slot to Sam Hadelman, and he's doing his show, The Undergrad. So stay tuned for that. Tune into Wednesday noon for that, The Undergrad. All right, you're listening to Breaking News. You've been listening to Breaking News with Harry, a.k.a. The Brave, on WNHH LP 103.5 FM, your home for community radio.
Be resolute of heart. Make firm thy mind. The tongue of a man is the rudder of the boat, but the Lord of all is its pilot. Cast not thy heart after riches. There's no ignoring fate and destiny. Place not thy thoughts on things outside. Every man is destined for his hour. On feeling goods where all of your cash went. Not chakra alignment or inward refinement. Trying to find one word to describe men. Better yet, can one consciousness unify them? Pondering on these questions is where my time spent. Creative process, believe me, greatness got to achieve it. Ideas we believe in, positive mind, gotta reach it. Putting effort to bring forth this new being. You're not consumed by the lust for things, but knows that his work is determined by words and deeds. Your mind is affected by words and deeds. Your thoughts are keys to what you're trying to see, and what you're trying to see should be to reach your goals. Hold on to your dreams, keys open doors. Since you can't always choose circumstances, make sure to choose your thoughts wisely. Choose advancement, work towards the future. Now's your chance, kid. Accept responsibility, avoid resentment. Actions always take root from what you think about. Things ain't going your way, ain't it hard to figure out why? Why? Ask why. Ain't gotta tell you, it's right in front of your eyes. So in following these principles, you'll find along the road you're the only one responsible for your soul. It's no coincidence. Take control of your life, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. You take control, no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence. Nah, it's no coincidence.
Old shells are highly prized. And this one is occupied by a sarcastic fringe.
It was the most memorable time of my life. It was a touching moment because I never thought this day would ever happen. I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage. You know, if I help him, he's gonna help me.
How do you give you a phone?
You sign up if you on food stamps, you on Social Security, you got low income, you disability.
Why are you here?
To get some money.
What kind of money?
Obama money.
Where's it coming from?
Obama.
And where did Obama get it?
I don't know, his stash. I don't know. I don't know where he got it from. But he giving it to us to help us. We love him. That's why we voted for him.
I won't have to worry about putting gas in my car. I won't have to worry about paying my mortgage.
Did Obama pay for your mortgage? And did he pay for your gas?
Absolutely not. Mortgage got worse and prices got higher. During that time, we needed a change, but a change for the better, not for the worse. He had a very big voice, just like the Wizard of Oz. The wizard with this little teeny, tiny man. And I think it's the same thing with Obama, man behind the curtain. Not who we thought or expected him to be. I was Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. That's how I feel. I was Dorothy. I started getting a little bit more educated about politics and reading more. What I learned is never trust the wizard. It's within ourselves to have the determination, the courage, and the brains to bring us to our destiny.
If you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
Going into this night, where do we stand?
This is where we stood coming into the night. 268 to 204, so clearly an advantage for Secretary Clinton.
Take a look here. If Donald Trump wins tonight, no matter who they voted for, take a look at these numbers here. 21% say they'll be concerned. 37% say they'll be scared.
This is what both candidates want. They want to be living there starting January 20th of next year. Florida has been going back and forth, just changed again. It's only 11,000 vote lead just now. It changed.
Math on your feet. I like this.
The Empire State Building in New York City. Take a look at our running tally of the electoral vote. Anderson, this night is turning out to be a real nail-biter.
All along, the Trump campaign has been saying that Florida's a must-win for them. And I mean,
they can't win without it.
Donald Trump will carry the state of Florida.
You know, I'm guessing that the people in Brooklyn, I can see their fingers
That's
probably.
The Hillary Clinton headquarters.
Yeah, fingers probably bleeding because there's no more nail to bite.
I wouldn't call anything encouraging for Hillary Clinton at the moment, to be honest with you, my friend.
Wolf, the scene here is so different than it was a few hours ago when people were happy and relaxed. I have been looking around the room at people who are stone-faced. Some of them have been crying.
This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president.
This is the people rising up saying it's time to listen to us. It's time to listen to us in Michigan and Wisconsin and work for the people.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump